Welcome to Catholic Nest. So this morning I'm just going to share a bit of a haul ready for the new term. I will say this isn't everything. There is still quite a list of stationery bits and a couple of books and things we still need, but I'm kind of eager to put all this away, so I thought I would just film it now. So I'll start by sharing that I've bought the same planner as last year. It worked really well for us. It's a dateless planner, so you add your own dates and months, so you could start any point in the year, and it's just been really good. I also had some tabs left over that I used last year, and so I've already stuck them in and started to write in it. There's some really good flip throughs of this on YouTube already, so I won't do one of those now, but a really good planner. I have gone ahead and bought another TAN science unit for us. This is a Catholic science curriculum, The Foundations of Science by TAN Academy. I can only find them in the UK available on Amazon, and this is the latest one they've released. So we haven't done a great deal on space science, so it's something that we kind of really need to do. So I've chosen this one for this year, plus we've got the darker nights towards this term, hoping to do 2 or 3 this year. So we've got the darker nights towards the end of this term. I thought that would tie in nicely for doing the space unit first. So it runs over 12 chapters, so it fits nicely inside one term. So they haven't got the workbook out yet, but I'll do a separate video on this with a good flick through and how we're going to use it without the workbook. Hopefully they will release it soon, but at this point I've kind of planned to use without. So that's Space, A Tour of the Cosmos. Also bought this Wonders of the Night Sky book to use along with that unit. So this has just lots of the constellations in. We don't really have a great deal of books on the actual constellations, so it's quite useful for that purpose. So that's by Royal Observatory, Greenwich. So I bought another book from this series, Handwriting Lessons Through Literature. If you've watched my other videos, you'll know that my 5-year-old is in the beginning book from this series. And this one is for my Year 7 student, which is grade 6. He has quite sloppy handwriting and he needs to practice. But what I like about this is not only do they use really good classical literature, but they have lots of different handwriting options. So it shows you can get any of their books in any of these handwritings, either vertical cursive, slant cursive, basic italic, cursive italic or manuscript. So I got for him cursive italic, which looks like this. So it's from the Storybook of Science, which is a really good book as well. We do have it somewhere. So just really nice excerpts, and just to really try and get on top of his handwriting a bit more. So that's for him. Also for him, I've had this a while, I can't remember if I've shared it before, but it's new and waiting to be used for this term going forwards. This will span over his whole secondary education. He's really excited to do life skills, and obviously you don't need something like this to do life skills, they just happen organically. But I just thought it would be a nice physical thing to have where it's got lots of fun ideas in it. And if there's something particular he wants to do, he could pick it out and we just kind of do it in any order. Or if we naturally start covering something in here, it's quite good for ideas and just like a little keepsake. So that's from the Thinking Tree. I think it was about £10 when I got it. The Thinking Tree journals do hop up and down in price constantly on Amazon. But there's lots of novel ideas in there that I wouldn't have thought of as well. So he's going to do that on a Friday afternoon, so I think he'll really enjoy that. This was only about £2, so my 5-year-old is doing numbers 1 to 100 recognition. I thought this would be quite a fun way to kind of just go over and review that. Just kind of different snakes and ladders games, 1 to 100. So I'll stick that in her end of the week box. I still have a couple more to get for the boys, but my 8-year-old's kind of art focus this year. I'm going to be doing this animals book. I thought it was really nice, and I got it on like a reduced price for about £2. It is a whole series. I really like the woodland theme, and I think she'd enjoy that too. I bought this Oxford Primary Illustrated Thesaurus. I thought this was really nice and clear and easy to use and not too overwhelming. So that's nice. They also do a similar dictionary one. So I also found this little book that you can get in the works or on Amazon for about £2. I before E, except after C. It's just old school ways to remember stuff. So it has lots of little rhymes and tricks to help remember different educational bits and life skill bits. Just help things stick a bit. So I thought that was quite good, quite novel. I got 2 of these little books by Schofields and Sims, just little times table tests. It was a little more basic than I was hoping, but they'll get through these quite quickly, and I'd like to get one with word problems in as well, but they're quite nice for just kind of review of the basics. Got a couple of stationery bits ready for the new term. A4 sketch pad each. I've just brought these basic ones, and they'll all have one of these to go with their drawing books, the drawing guide books that they're going to use each, and they'll have those in their boxes ready. Stadler Crayons, these are our favourite crayons to use just for every day, so they're going to have a box each. We've got around to buying 2. They're quite often on offer in Tesco, so I can just throw a couple in with the shop to be delivered, and it's quite a good way just to chip things off the list. But they're really nice, and I'll restock their pencil cases with a new box each. Pencils and pens. These are really nice highlighters. They're the ones I prefer to use in my planner. The pink and the green are running low from last year, so I just bought another packet of those. We may get some more pencils still, and they all need new pencil sharpeners. So we're nearly there with the stationery. I bought these old bits of black card for the space science unit. They're quite a nice size just to stick into their notebooks for different activities, to drawing constellations on and things like that, so that's quite handy. Then I have a whole host of second-hand books that I picked up in charity shops and online. So we've got Little Women, 75p. I found all of these style ones together in one charity shop. It was an absolute great find. Robin Crusoe, The Jungle Book, Little House on the Prairie, 20,000 Leagues Under the Sea. And from eBay I got Mrs. Frisbee and the Rats of Nim, Treasure Island, another charity find, The Call of the Wild, White Fang, Snow Treasure, Big Red, and then I think someone like Awesome Books. I got this Shakespeare's Stories for my eldest. I had this recommended to me, and I thought it looked really good. My 11-year-old really likes Shakespeare, but he's read like a more basic version of the story, so I think he'd quite like to read them in a bit more in-depth way before we get on to the plays. So I'm going to put that in his reading basket. I've also got this Enid Blyton, The Smuggler's Caves book for 75p in a charity shop. I thought that was a really good find. And finally I got this second hand on eBay, as it's a bit pricey new, Pondering the Past, a creative introduction to 30 classical stories, excerpts from 30 famous works of literature from 1719 to 1912. So one of the level C Thinking Tree books. And I got this for my 10-year-old. It's just kind of a gentle introduction to literature. It's kind of writing about what he's written, writing about what he's read, And so we're going to use this as a spine for some classical audiobooks and writing. So that's just going to be a little extra for him. So that's the bits that I've brought in our little haul here. Lots of second-hand books, and hopefully find a few more before the term starts. So there are still some bits I need to get, but just kind of trying to spread the cost over a few months, and just getting bits here and there. So at least now I can pop all this away and start dividing it between their boxes. So if you're interested in more videos like this, please do hit subscribe and the like button, and thank you very much for watching.